In Dragon Ball Super Episode 65, we will finally see the Supreme God Zamasu in action as we get closer and closer to the climax of this arc. In the last episode, after almost getting sealed by the evil containment wave, Zamasu and Black realized how dangerous the immortals can turn out to be for them. So they decided to start the real game as they fuse using Potara earring. They attain a very mighty looking form. I think they will simply call him Zamasu or the Supreme God Zamasu. In this video, I'll be referring him as Black Zamasu. Do comment below which name you think would suit them the best. You can suggest mixed types like Zamak or Blamasu or whatever that comes in your mind. Before I go further, I'll just have you know, my videos usually contain a lot of potential spoilers. I have shortly discussed episode 65 in my spoiler video, but I'll go a bit more in depth and talk about all the possibilities here. Hope you will enjoy. Let's take a look at Black Zamasu. I think the form is pretty much dominated by Zamasu's looks. The only major resemblance that Black has in this is the hairstyle. Even the hair color is courtesy to Zamasu. Many fans think it could be called Super Saiyan White, but then again, it looks like the color comes naturally due to Zamasu's features than a transformation. One thing to note though, while fusing Black was in his Super Saiyan Rose form and in DBZ, a point was made that it's better to be in base form while fusing. I don't know if they kept in mind such a small detail or not, so let's just see what the show decides to call them. A while back, Toriyama talked about an enemy with white hair, and I think Black Zamasu was the ultimate antagonist he was talking about. We see a ring of light behind Black Zamasu. They're playing a bit of symbolism game here. The Grand Priest also has a ring behind him for a different reason though. It comes to him naturally as a part of the design. While the ring is more of an attack or a technique, but it was probably designed like that to also subconsciously give us the powerful godly vibe. Dragon Ball Super, in terms of story, designing and all, has a lot of religious symbolism and interesting view of Akira Toriyama's thinking, I must say. Now, what is the purpose of this ring? Harms recently posted the translation of episode 65 and 66 titles and preview summaries, giving us a good idea about the coming plot. Dragon Ball Super Episode 65 title is The Final Judgment, Supreme God's Ultimate Power, airing date November 6th. Extended preview summary. The Zero Mortals plan heads into the final phase. Goku Black and Zamasu have merged via the Potara. Now they have evolved into a fearsome foe, posing both an immortal body and formidable fighting power. What's more, merged Zamasu emits a wall of light that eliminates all it touches. They attacked fused Zamasu with ki blasts, but their ki is erased. And yet Goku and Vegeta don't lose their fighting spirit? The mightiest god, his name is Merged Zamasu, returning to the showdown with Zamasu. Trunks resolved to fight Zamasu in order to protect the people of West City. With the 2 senzu he received from Mai in hand, he heads for Zamasu. Additionally, I want to mention the episode 66 title and preview summary because oftentimes the next episode preview contains a part of the previous episode to not give away the plot too much. The Dragon Ball Super Episode 66 title is Showdown, the Unyielding Warrior's Miraculous Power, airing date November 13th. After his Ring of Life is broken by Goku's life-risking attack, something strange happens to Merged Zamasu. So, from the preview, we know what this Ring of Life or the Wall of Light really is. Basically, the ring will make him untouchable and would work like a shield. Described as it can eliminate whatever it touches and can erase ki blasts. However, Goku would eventually figure out a way to get rid of that shield. But it's not going to be easy as Goku would have to do it using a life-risking move. Expect something unexpected yet major when the Wall of Light gets broken. as it mentions something strange will happen to Black Zamasu. We don't know of any particular move that Goku uses and could be life risking, except for the Kaioken. If Kaioken is taken to an extreme level, it might totally destroy the body and predictably can even result in death. We can see something like Kaioken times 20 or 50. The evil containment wave or Mafuba can be life risking if too much life force is used. But we know the Mafuba jar is broken and the purpose here is to break the wall of light, thus removing the Mafuba option. Self-destruction is another attack almost anyone can use. Also, it could be life risking as a situational manner, which is Goku might attempt something new that is life risking, not a definitive attack. But the thing that has me confused is that ring is supposed to be able to take any attacks. So it should be something technical, like increasing the power of an attack shouldn't be getting the job done. So Kaioken over Super Saiyan Blue seems like the most legit option till now. The problem here would be if Goku uses Kaioken and Zamasu Black still lives, it would render Goku useless, since the Senzu beans would probably get used by then. Look at this shot, Goku and Vegeta laying down there and looks totally raked. Black Zamasu still has the ring, meaning this shot is to break it down obviously as it's supposed to happen in episode 66. So Trunks appears with 2 Senzu beans and gives it to Goku and Vegeta. That would mean when Goku uses the life risking attack, there would be no more healing bin to save his ass if he ends up harming himself. At this point of the arc, from all the hints we got, another fusion is 100% confirmed, while Vegito is 99% confirmed. But the recent reveals makes me wonder if there could be a really surprising twist. What if the fusion is between Vegeta and Trunks instead? I have mainly 3 reasons to think that. Firstly, if Goku ends up losing a lot of energy or harming himself while breaking the Ring of Light, he might get too weak for fusion. Also, everyone is expecting Vegito, so they might want to give us a sudden twist and something new. And Trunks is more emotionally invested in this fight, and he is also at least as strong, if not stronger than Goku. In that case, Goku would be left behind to do something tactical with a lower energy, maybe something like Mafuba. Another wild possibility is a 3-man fusion. We have already seen 2-man fusion multiple times. So in Super they might want to give us something new, maybe a 3-man fusion. It would also help the Dragon Ball fusions gameplay where you can actually even do a 5-character fusion, as then it would have somewhat of a link to the same. Yes, coming to that, from the preview we know Goku will be breaking the Ring of Light, but I don't exactly see the solution here. They are still immortal, so how are they going to put an end to them? Unless after breaking the ring they found out that immortality got nullified due to the fusion. I don't see that happening. I'm getting way ahead of episode 65, but it's really interesting, right? So what's going to happen with Mafuba jar? Could Bulma go back to time and come back with the seal? Or do you think one of the Kaioshins might actually reveal a forbidden way to go back in the time using the time ring? We have 2 Kaioshins. One of them would assist in fusion giving the Potara, but what the other one would do? Maybe what I just recommended. So if Mafuba is out of the equation, I honestly don't know how Black Zamasu can be defeated. If he's immortal like he thinks he is, after all these reveals, I think that's the biggest question we need to know the answer to. Do comment below how you think they are going to wrap it up. Of course you can use the resources that haven't been mentioned here, like the Omni button might still get praise, resulting in the involvement of the Omni King. People are forgetting one crucial information. Akira Toriyama himself said that the Omni King will get involved in this battle, surpassing the bounds of space and time. So when do you think Zeno might appear? Do you think it will happen before the Battle of Gods? Before the battle ends? Fixing the wounds all the timelines go due to his back chaos. This is not relevant to episode 65 preview directly, but I think you guys should know. Toei recently posted an official timeline chart of this Future Trunks arc. It is pretty much like how I described it in one of my earlier videos. Actually, if you think truly logically, this don't make too much sense as time traveling is obviously not a real thing. So you would rather have to adapt to their version of reasoning. I'm not going to explain this again as there will always be more questions. Let's just put it like this. We have the original timeline and the timeline of Future Trunks. Each timeline has a Zamasu. Original timeline Zamasu was killed by Beerus, but as a result of distortion, a third timeline was created consistently to the story of the original timeline. Only place it went in the different direction is Zamasu was able to kill Gawasu. Then, we all know he got Goku's body and united with the Zamasu of future timeline. That's about it in short. I'll have the link attached in the description, feel free to check it out. For exclusive videos, posts, discussions and updates, like our Facebook page Dragon Ball Fans. See you in the next Dragon Ball video.